Have you ever driven through a landscape that feels more like another planet than Earth? Today, we're on the legendary Icefields Parkway, one of the most spectacular roads in the world. Most people think you have to book an expensive tour or hike for hours just to see the icefield. But if you're traveling with kids, on a tight budget, or simply in a rush to get to Jasper, you don't want to miss the hidden side of this stop. We're scouting the parking, exploring the free exhibits, and I'm showing you the most convenient spot on the entire parkway to sit and watch the glaciers for free, no hiking boots required. If you're planning a trip to the Rockies, this is the scouting report you need before you arrive. I'm Travexila, and if you enjoy immersive travel guides that share practical information to make your journey easier, consider subscribing. Now, let's dive into your ultimate first-timer's guide to the Columbia Icefield. Leaving Banff behind, you'll notice a shift. The mountains slowly become wilder, the forests grow denser, and the valleys start to feel broader. Before long, you realize this isn't simply a highway connecting two towns. This is an alpine corridor of pure wonder. Every few kilometers, a new viewpoint appears. You'll pull over thinking, there's no way the next one can top this, yet somehow the Rockies always find a way to prove you wrong. We're traveling one of the world's most iconic scenic drives, the legendary Icefields Parkway. Stretching for over 230 kilometers between Banff and Jasper National Parks, this highway is often ranked among the most beautiful drives on the planet. It's hard to wrap your head around the scale of what we're seeing. Millions of years ago, enormous tectonic forces pushed these ancient rocks upward, creating the jagged peaks of the Canadian Rockies. Later, massive glaciers acted like nature's architects, carving the deep valleys we're driving through today. They left behind the dramatic peaks and crystal-clear lakes that have made this region world-famous. Even today, ice continues to shape this land. While many of these glaciers are shrinking due to our changing climate, they remain the defining feature of this landscape, remnants of a frozen world that once covered everything. After miles of this incredible scenery, one landmark begins to dominate the horizon: the Columbia Icefield. This isn't just a patch of snow, it's the largest accumulation of ice in the Rocky Mountains south of the Arctic Circle. We're talking about nearly 325 square kilometers of ice, reaching hundreds of meters thick in some places. This massive ice cap actually feeds several major glaciers that flow into different watersheds across North America, from the Pacific to the Atlantic and even the Arctic Ocean. Columbia Icefield feeds several major outlet glaciers that flow down into the surrounding valleys. The most famous of these is the Athabasca Glacier, one of the most accessible glaciers in North America. Unlike most glaciers that require grueling hikes or expert mountaineering gear, here you can stand surprisingly close to this ancient river of ice. Our first stop to take it all in is the Columbia Icefield Centre. Let's head inside and see what this gateway to the glacier has to offer. This isn't just a pit stop, it's the gateway to an ancient world of ice. This is the Discovery Centre. Whether you're joining the Ice Explorer Tour, visiting the Glacier Skywalk, or simply taking a break during your drive, this is where most adventures begin. There's a lot more inside this building than you might expect. As soon as you step inside, you realize the scale of this place. It's designed to handle the thousands of adventurers who come to see the glaciers up close. But before we head out, let's explore what makes this building a destination in its own right.
Let's grab a Starbucks. Come. I keep it to you.
我们是先上厕所还是先买咖啡？
你们先上厕所。
我们排队上厕所。觉得你一个人。
They're outside the stairs. And that's
If you really want to feel the mountain air and appreciate the true scale of the Rockies, you have to come out here. In my opinion, this viewing balcony is the most convenient spot on the entire parkway to just sit. There are plenty of chairs available, and you don't need binoculars to realize how massive the Athabasca Glacier really is. It stretches across the valley like a frozen river, flowing between these jagged peaks. If you look closely, you can even see the Brewster ice explorers crawling up the glacier like tiny specks in the distance. Many visitors rush through this stop, but this is the perfect place to grab a coffee, relax, and take in one of the most iconic views in Canada without the price tag of a tour. Spending a little extra time here really helps you appreciate the landscape before you continue your journey toward Jasper. All that exploring works up an appetite, and luckily, the center is well equipped for a break. The restaurant area offers a range of options, from quick grab-and-go snacks if you're in a hurry, to full sit-down meals for those who want to linger. Let's be honest, you aren't just paying for the food here, you're paying for that world-class view. Imagine having lunch while staring directly at the Athabasca Glacier through these floor-to-ceiling windows. It is easily one of the most spectacular dining backdrops in North America. For families, it's a very convenient setup with plenty of space to regroup and plan the next leg of your journey. Whether you're stopping for a full meal or just a quick coffee to warm up, it's worth taking a seat just to soak in the perspective of the ice from the comfort of the indoors.
We are opening it only after we reach.
Parking at the Columbia Icefield Discovery Centre is free. The main visitor parking lot is located right beside the building, making it just a short walk to the entrance. Whether you're stopping for a quick photo, exploring the exhibits, grabbing a coffee, or simply enjoying the glacier views from the balcony, you can park and explore without paying a separate parking fee. If you want to truly understand what you're looking at outside, you have to spend some time in the exhibit area. This is a deep dive into the geology and history of the Canadian Rockies, explaining how these massive glaciers shape the landscape over millions of years. You'll learn that this isn't just another scenic viewpoint, it's one of North America's most important freshwater reservoirs. Incredibly, the Columbia Icefield feeds rivers flowing toward 3 different oceans: the Atlantic, the Pacific, and the Arctic. But as you explore the history of exploration in this region, it's impossible to ignore a sobering reality. Historical photographs displayed throughout the center reveal how much the Athabasca Glacier has retreated over the last century. Where thick ice once filled much of the valley, exposed rock now tells the story of a changing climate. Standing here and seeing the scale of that change in person gives those photographs a much deeper meaning than simply reading about glacier retreat in a book. It's a powerful reminder of why we need to cherish these places today. Whether you're stopping for 10 minutes or 2 hours, the Columbia Icefield Discovery Centre is a must-see on your journey through the Rockies. If you're planning your own visit, try to arrive early in the morning for fewer crowds and softer light for your photos. And remember, weather changes fast up here, so bring an extra layer even in the height of summer. As we continue north toward Jasper, the scenery only becomes more dramatic. Every bend in the road reveals another glacier, another waterfall, or another towering peak. This is why travelers consider this not just Canada's most beautiful drive, but one of the greatest road trips in the world. It's a journey that reminds us how small we really are beside landscapes shaped over millions of years. Thank you for joining me on this adventure through the heart of the Canadian Rockies. If you're planning your own drive, I'd love to hear which stop you're most excited to visit in the comments below. Until the next adventure, stay curious.